to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So tell me how your week's going.
Busy.
Very busy?
Busy, yeah. And grade tests and whatever.
Oh, yes.
And last night when I got home, I was ready to sit down and relax, and Meg says, "Hey, we have to be at school at 6 o'clock." So you know how those weeks
I
go.
do. And why were you at school at 6 o'clock last night?
I had a award ceremony for cheerleading.
Wonderful. And what happened at the award ceremony?
I got honorable mention for getting a 3.0 average or higher.
Wonderful.
And also I got the most improved cheerleader on the squad.
That is fabulous.
Thank you.
Y'all been going to competitions.
Yes,
I think I understand. Okay. Wonderful. Yay. So you're going to cheer next year?
Yes, I am.
Very good. Do y'all have tryouts already, or do you do that when you come back?
We don't have tryouts exactly. Everyone's accepted, so we've already basically had everyone sign up.
Okay, so you have your squad ready for next
Yes.
year. So do you practice in the summer at all, or
We're going to a camp.
going to camp? That's wonderful. Well, good. Well, the last time I talked to y'all, we talked about some of the stresses and struggles about Megan having 2 different houses. And can you remind me a little bit about how often you're here and how often you're with your dad?
I'm here for about 2 weeks mostly, and I'm at my dad's for about Thursday through Tuesday most times.
Okay, so you're here more often.
Yes.
But you go Thursday through Tuesday, so you have a couple school days there, and then the weekend.
Yeah.
So what is more stressful, or what do you find you have more issues, the 2 days that you're at school or the weekend?
Probably the 2 days while I'm at school, because that's where we change out basically.
Okay. And what are, you had said before, some of your stressors are just because you might leave something at one house and leave something somewhere else, or at the other house. How far does your dad live from here?
I would say, how much do you think?
3 or 4, maybe 5 miles.
Okay, so it's not out of town,
No,
it's within town.
It's
Okay.
in town.
Okay. What are some of the major things that you find that you leave that does cause stresses?
A lot of times, my chargers, for my phone or my laptop, makeup or something, sometimes that, yeah.
Yeah.
School stuff sometimes.
Okay, like homework or projects or just the necessities,
Yeah.
paper, pencil?
Yeah, and that gets, that's stressful when she realizes that, the night, when she's getting ready to go to school and she's left something
Okay.
at Dad's.
Do you usually find it the night before, or is it usually that morning?
Normally the night before, sometimes it's that morning,
Mm-hmm.
but normally the night before.
See, if it was my daughter, it would be the morning because she doesn't get everything together the night before. So at least some of yours is at night, so that's good. So like makeup and that sort of stuff is not life-changing, but it's important. I know how it is with my teenage girls and to me. But phone chargers, computer chargers, that sort of stuff you need for school, especially computer chargers. So what typically would you do, or have your mom or dad do if you leave something like that at the other house?
Normally I would call my dad and see if we could get something arranged, like him coming over. Normally he comes over here,
Okay.
or any arrangement that we can get, but a lot of times I don't get it.
Okay. So it's hard to always get what you need. Okay. And chargers are, not that they're real expensive, but they're hard to have 2 of everything. I mean, there's some things that you could have 2 of, but if it's your homework or if it's a project that you've worked on already, that's kind of hard, I'm sure, to do twice. So, Bonnie, do you see the same kind of struggles?
Yes, we had a lot of problem with shampoo and things, products that she likes, and a lot of those were, it's not that I can't afford to buy everything, but I was trying to get her dad to, take her shopping to Walmart and pick up some of her items, and that didn't happen. So I just had her pack her things one weekend that she went, and I told her to leave everything there, and then I just replaced it here.
Okay.
So that until that stuff runs out, at least I know she's got her favorite hair product, or her favorite shampoo or whatever, because we all like,
Not the generic brand.
right?
Yeah.
But you get a favorite of something,
absolutely.
Now her makeup mostly comes back and forth, but at least I feel like she's got deodorant and razors and stuff like that over there.
Kind of the toiletries that are a necessity.
But the problem is that I leave the house really early in the morning to drive a bus, and when she realizes that she's missed something, it really, it gets her upset. I understand that, but then when she gets upset, then I get upset, and a house with two stressed women is kind of tough sometimes, right? Neither one of us handles stress probably as well as we should, so that's not good. And so we've been trying to come up with ways that we can be a little more organized, or I can help Megan learn to be a little more organized, because I can't be there for her, but to try to help her, think of ways. Now when she's here, like she's going with her dad tomorrow, I get her to pack the night before.
Okay.
Now I don't know what happens, at her dad's house, whether she packs the night before or that morning. But I know here, I try to get her to pack the night before, and then we look at everything and make sure she's got everything. So at least I know when she's leaving, she's got what.
Because you're gone early in the morning, and if she's looking for something she can't find, you can't be. I mean, you're on the bus, so you have to be taking care of all those little kids on the bus.
Right.
So, okay, is that what you do at your dad's house too?
Normally I'll keep everything in my suitcase so that I can just take it off whenever I need to.
All right. Does that help you?
Yes.
To be, you're not putting it in dressers and stuff like that you might forget?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been going to both houses? Do you know?
A little bit over, probably a couple of months.
Since September.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or October when it started.
Okay. Do you feel like you're getting more organized?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm sure maybe going back and I mean, the longer it is, the more practice you have going back and forth. And so it's good that your mother has bought you extra shampoo and stuff like that. That's good. But like you said, you can't do it always and go back and forth.
Right.
So.
But I'm trying to keep her from being stressed, because like you say, I'm driving the bus and I've got 66 little kids that I'm responsible for. But this is the one that I'm most, concerned about, and I don't want her to go to school with that churns up stomach, and I don't have this, or I don't have that, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. We want so badly to move away from that situation and start settling into this going back and forth.
Right.
And we've had some struggles. I mean, and I'll be honest, and I think you are too, right? We've had some real issues getting used to it.
Sounds like you made some gains as well.
I think we have. I think, like you said, the longer the time goes on, but we still have to, kind of be proactive and do some things. I'm a big list maker, and I don't know that Meg's a big list maker, although if she lives with me much longer, she will be. But, she and I had talked about maybe making a list to put in her suitcase.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And, as a matter of fact, I typed one out today. I hadn't even shown her yet to see whether that was the thing she needed. Then when she gets ready to leave that morning to go to school, she can kind of look at that list and look over what she's got in the suitcase, and okay, is my charger in there? That seems to be the big thing, is the chargers.
Yes. Well, that's the first thing you mentioned, so that is important. That and makeup. So
that and makeup.
So they're both important. Yeah, that's true. Well, and as you go through, you're in 7th grade, so as you go through each grade, you're going to have more and more responsibilities at school as well, and more things to take home. And so coming up with plans, and there's always going to be something that we misplace and something that you lose. And I'm a huge list maker. I have little yellow Post-it notes all over my classroom and all over my house, and I have a calendar that I need a new one because it's all filled up.
I use index cards.
That is great.
I use index cards, as Megan can tell you.
And then that's a great strategy to use, especially on something big. And in every year you'll have different teachers, and they're going to have different expectations. So I was thinking, I'm sure your teachers are very aware if you've gone to them and just said, I've left this. But teachers change, and teachers are different, and some are more tolerant of that, and some are not. So you kind of have to. It will fall on you, and so coming up with some strategies like that is a great idea.
And we're hoping that, we're hoping that we can not like just get it all straightened out, but like you say, you're always going to forget stuff. But I think the stress that we feel is still sort of raw in that, it's just a matter of, and I think, Meg's such a conscientious young lady that she gets hard on herself.
Right.
When she forgets something, she takes it out on herself, and I don't want her to do that, because I know that this is all new to her, and I wish I could reassure her that it's okay, that even if this wasn't happening, she'd probably forget her phone charger somewhere.
Well, and my daughter forgets lots of things, and so, in one room she forgets lots of things as well. So that will happen, and I think your mom made a great point about the stressors, some things to do to relieve your stress, because as you get older, other factors are going to be stressful to you. Other things are going to come up, not just leaving your stuff one place or another, but just other things. So just stress management stuff is going to be a good thing to work on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we need to work on that, because, like I said, a house with two stressed women in it is not fun.
I understand. So, and that's just something to stay healthy.
Right.
To stay
But
healthy.
I think Megan and I have a pretty good rapport, except for when we're stressed and, other things are happening. But, I think generally, and I've tried to explain to Megan that everybody handles things differently, and unfortunately, I'm a little bit of a hollerer. I mean, when I get upset, I holler.
She's agreeing with you.
But I know. I saw her out of the corner of my eye. But I'm also one of those people that doesn't stay with me.
Right.
It's
get it out.
almost like a reaction, and I'm trying to work on that, because Megan asked me to work on that, and that is something I'm trying to control in myself. But I also want her to understand I've got a lot of years to, overcome. And I do, and I will.
Habits are hard to break,
Right.
so that's true.
And I'll yell, or I'll raise my voice, and I don't really mean that much by it, but I have to understand that it upsets her, and I
Right.
have to try not to do that.
Well, and you obviously have a really good relationship with your mother, because you can tell her that.
Yeah.
There are many situations, I'm sure, where girls or children will just keep that inside. So you have a real good relationship, that she's receptive to what you just said, and she didn't take it as a criticism. She just said, she admitted that, okay, it's something I can work. We all have things that we can work on, every one of us, forever and ever. Just as we get older, our habits are
Harder to break.
well, they're more ingrained in us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So,
Well, it sounds like a good plan, and it sounds like you're becoming more and more organized out of necessity. But that's going to be a good quality for you to have as you get older.
right. Because school is going to be more challenging every
It
year
will be.
too, and being organized and knowing where your stuff isn't going to be just going back and forth. It's going to be part of her everyday
Absolutely.
life.
And when you have your own place, it's going to be.
And her 45 dogs. Didn't you say you were going to have like one of every breed?
You need a big backyard with a fence.
Maybe that was a couple years ago. I think maybe our two pets now have kind of curbed her appetite for having too many.
Well, it was great to talk to y'all again, and I hope to see you really soon.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll talk about some more stress-free strategies
Okay.
when we meet again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.